Hi everyone, it's footy night tonight. Yeah, footy. Loads of football. So you can talk about football till your heart's content, which is uh, which is good for the soul sometimes, especially talking about Liverpool. Anyway, what you think of this new fella, Ariako, Ariupo, whatever his name is, centre back from Barta. Um, so he's with us. To me, I was looking at him training, and he looks good. He looks okay, and he's determined to play. He's determined to play, and I think he'll play against Como on Sunday. That's what I think. So he's saying all the right things about Liverpool. He's saying all the right things about wanting to play, and that's good. That rather than coming in and trying to get fit, they reckon that he is fit already. So, the lad must have been training himself or whatever. And let's just see how he goes, eh? And he is a hard lad, hard tackling defender. And that's what we need. That's what Liverpool needs. I've been asking for a DM for 4. This is the 4th year. Still haven't got one. And they're talking about Gravenberch. They're talking about Naomi. Oh, come on. This is the Premiership. This is the Champions League as well. Play Naomi in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, yeah. Let him develop in that. He's not ready until next season. The lad. Excuse me. I just want to mention my sponsors, if I might. Got Patent Services. Listen, if you know any elderly, please get in touch with these to get a special discount. Whether they're a couple or whether they live on their own and they need some decorating doing, get these in. Get them in to get a special discount. If there are NHS workers out there, or if you know any NHS workers and they want to decorate, get these people in. They get a special discount too. But, if you're not elderly, if you're not an NHS worker and you want decorating doing, just get these people in. And ask for a subscribe. Like and subscribe to get me algorithm up there. I think they're all leaving me now. I don't feel it's got like that. But that's the way it is, unfortunately. And Franco, hiya Franco. On this day in 2011, 20 million Fernando Torres made his official debut versus Villa, which ended up a 2-1. Which ended up 2-1 to the Reds. By the end of the season, he amassed 33 goals. Since Suarez, we've not had a clinical finisher. That's true. Good shout. Really good shout. And Franco carries on by saying, I don't understand a poker game being played over Barcola. Yes, he is a decent player, but not 100 million plus. We are waiting around while they bring in Ferran Torres, Goats, Al-Khlousi, who is being played. Of course, we're being played. We're being played. Franco, lad. And Edward. Hello, Frank in chat. Hey, Edward. And carries on by saying, small squad and the bench players aren't good enough. That's from Edward. They're not. They're not. And Youssef, this fella, incredible. Iriola coming out saying the players can't run for more than 30 minutes frightens me. Yeah. I remember the first day back training, when the first time Areola had taken them out, first day, he had them running around. So, you go, yeah, well, you would be a bit tired, especially after the last season, whatever. And then I seen young Rio, and he was running around, but he was blowing for tugs. Now, he's 17 years of age, blowing for tugs. That was on the first day. So you can imagine what the Dutch cheese fella did. He was flitting off, wasn't he, to Amsterdam every week. Flitting off to Ibiza every time he needed to get there. Every time. And he lived by Manchester Airport. That was his excuse. Oh, I need to get to Amsterdam. That's why I'm living in Manchester by the airport. We've got an international airport here. It's called John Lennon. And guess what? I know people who go on stag nights and end nights from Liverpool Airport, John Lennon, over to, guess where? Amsterdam. But that's the Dutch fella, he's gone now. And as with Chiesa, Elliott, Enzo, Simi aren't good enough. I was looking at Enzo, unfortunately, our little ninja, and he was shocking, wasn't he, at the weekend? And Youssef, what do we make of Munoz in the Monaco game? He was good. He was very quick, what we need. And it was his first game, really. So we can't put too much emphasis on him, to be honest, Youssef. But to me, he looked okay. He really did. But the big exclamation marks and question marks and whatever marks coming behind him is going to be in the Premier League. That's where we're going to be asking the questions. That's where fans could be drooling or going, and Edward says, Barcola transfer is looking like the Isak transfer last. Very much so. Very much so. I still think that we need a number 6. I really do. Gravenberch isn't up for it. Naomi's not up for it. And there's talk about him being get a Naomi in number 6. Fucking hell, these people are kidding. And Edward says it's taken too long. That is my old mate, Paul Bay. He's not going to Tenerife until next month, he says. So he's there. Sure, he's got a bar there. And he says, goes even in Frank and chat, more fucking Yanks, more USA crap, using a cast. Yes. Yep. Well, I said a few weeks ago, didn't I, now, that FSG will sell up. And I gave the reason why. And that's the economic situation with the most biggest buffoon in power today. And that's in Washington, D.C., in a place called the White House, as they call it. A buffoon. Did you hear him today? The Strait of Hormuz is open. We control the Strait of Hormuz. He's just a fucking idiot. I'm sorry to swear, but he is. Anyway, that's why I said that FSG will sell, because It's the economic situation, and they know they fluctuate. The stock market fluctuates like this. And what has happened is, if it goes down, which it will, I'm telling you now, it's gonna globally, it's gonna be much worse. The way things are going in the Middle East with that stupid Trump and the war he wants to start. Well, he started it, didn't he, against Iran? So it's going to get much worse. It really is. And that's why I said a couple of weeks ago, he's going to sell. John Henry, that is. He'll sell. Because he could lose a couple of billion. And what frightens me is more Americans. And these people are ruthless. Ruthless, as you know. And with them being ruthless, they don't give a fuck about you. These lads behind me. Or me. They don't. They're not interested. Do you think that Bezos is interested in football? Why do you think he's the third or fourth richest man in the world? Why? Do you think he went around, saying, oh, he's made money out of conglomerates. He's made money out of everything. That's what he's done. And, we've got our own fans saying, oh, we're going to be Amazon and all this. He doesn't own Amazon. He's got a 6 or 8% share in it, that's all. And, someone else was saying, oh, he's going to put us on the telly, we'll be getting it for free. And no, the FA and UEFA and FIFA own all the rights of football, especially in this country, the FA. Any European football, it's UEFA. They'll have no say in the matter. But I will tell you this. As I said, he's the third or fourth richest man in the world. And 6 billion quid is nothing to him. It really isn't. I'm telling you now. It's like, honestly, look, I'll try this analogy. John Henry is worth, okay, he's like Mount Snowdon, let's put it, or Ben Nevis, Mount Snowdon, Wales, Ben Nevis, Scotland. And Bezos, right, that's John Henry. Pick any of them two mountains. And John Henry is Mount Everest to his wealth. See what I mean? And it'll be like throwing a fucking snowball at someone, 6 billion. And he'll just buy it out. He's not going to go in 30% with someone else. He's just going to buy it outright. That's what he'll do. And I don't want him there. I'm a Scouser. And I know the situation with them. And I know the situation with this fucking lot as well, FSG. I've never liked them. Anyway, enough about me and my opinions. I'm at a loss how unprofessional, amateurish, the penny pinching, the lack of strategy or plan. They say about being mindful of finances, but they are happy blowing wages on players, not good enough. And that's FSG. The old mate, Steve Mulholland. Hi, Frank and Chatters. Hey, Steve. And Steve Cochran. Good evening, Frank, and fellow Reds. Hope all is well this Tuesday evening, folks. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, Stephen. They're all right. And evening, Frank and Chit Chat, says Barry Eldridge. Hey, Barry. And Stephen Lowland says, Frank makes a great cup of tea. Yeah, he came up to see me. I said, do you want a tea or a coffee? He said, I'll have a cup of tea. Okay. And I gave him a cup of tea. And as he was drinking, he said, that's a lovely cup of tea, that. I said, I know, I make it. Good lad. Lovely Lauren. Hi, Frankie. Lauren is back home from Capri, where she's been visiting a little grandmother. And she has a wonderful time. Well, you've got to have a wonderful time in Capri, haven't you? As long as you keep away from the crowds there. Mazza is. And Stephen Cochran. We have an average squad with the lack of squad depth. So you can only blame the Dutch cheese for the fitness problems we have created since Areola is the boss. Yes. Yes. Giving them time off, days off, so we can fly over to Amsterdam. That's him. That was him. And living in fucking Manchester. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Manchester. No disrespect to Manchester or the Manchester people. But he was living in Manchester. While Liverpool Football Club, the city of Liverpool, employed him. Silly. And he destroyed us. Him and Edwards and Hughes has destroyed a championship winning side. Broke us up. Just broke everything up. And now we're back to this. To buy players that didn't work under the system. We're not getting top 5 with this squad, says Edward. This is what it's going to be all season, I'm afraid. And Mr. B. Even Frank in chat, hiya, Mr. B. And Franco, he says, it looks like potentially Man City are going to have another big transfer window. Look at Alonso with Chelsea. They've spent big already, spending near 1 billion and no European football. LFC is just a joke. You made a joke and not spending, yes. You could sell it by, you can say about lack of spending by bringing in a loan deal. And I blame Hughes. Hughes has destroyed us. Along with the Dutch cheese fella and Edwards. The three of them destroyed Liverpool. Really have. Look at the mess with it. Remember when the Dutch cheese fella sold Quansah? Why did they sell him? We said it at the time. Why sell it? What's this fella doing? What's this arsehole doing? The Dutch cheese fella? Oh, get rid of him. And then we got rid of loads of others. Diaz and Nunes. We got rid of them. And they were our most potent pressers. This is how I'm going to play, he said. So I don't need these two. That's the Dutch cheese fella. I don't need them. Sell them. And to get revenue for the players that we brought in last summer. That never quite worked. Under the system that he had. And Mr. B, I could pick holes in this squad. We are not good enough. Unfortunately, yes. Totally agree, Mr. B. Totally agree, mate. Excuse me. And Stephen Coughlin says plenty of Teds would need moving on. But we can't afford to sell with the lack of numbers in the team, especially with team full of crocs. is a major worry. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You can imagine if this new lad gets injured, you can imagine what will be said, done, angered, frustrated, everything. And Mr. Areola works on running and proper fitness, not chasing tennis balls and medicine balls. Yes, when I seen that under the Dutch cheese fella, I couldn't believe it. Fucking tennis balls and medicine balls. Just couldn't believe it. Toscana. When I say the Franco and Reds. So, the players are unfit. Well, there's a surprise. Not. It's going to take a few seasons to get them to scratch. All because, up to scratch, all because of SWAT. But we'll just see how Areola is. And Stephen Cochrane. Barcola will probably end up at Arsenal with the deal dragging on for the French winger. Do you ever remember Gahey last season? And it was huge. Zubamendi as well, by the way. Zubamendi, great number 6, him. And when he went over to negotiate for Zubamendi, their president said, just give us the money. And he said, no, we'll pay you in installment. No, just give us the money. You've got it. You're a very, very rich club. Give us the money. No, can we give you? And the presidency, I don't like swearing, but he must have just said, oh, fuck off. Go back to England, you fool. And he ended up at Arsenal. And the same with Gahey. He wanted an extra 5 million. There's a billion now. Extra 5 million. And he said, no, trying to play the oddball. Where did he end up? Manchester City. For that 5 million that Hughes wouldn't give. Trying to play hardball. That's what kind of people we have running the club. But he's going in a couple of weeks. Do you know, I know they talk about directors of football. I'm not being funny, but I think if they want a director of football, I think they should bring in an ex-player who knows football, who can see potential. The scouts will say, have a look at this fella, and he'll go and have a look. And he can see whether they're good or bad and how they fit in. See what I mean? So I'd bring in, not like a used type fella, I'd bring in an ex-player, ex-Liverpool player, by the way. That's who I'd bring in. I'm not naming any players, but that's who I'd bring in. A fella with a little bit of nous. A fella who's played the Liverpool way for years. That's who I'd bring in. Or, if Jurgen Klopp, I'm not talking about Pep Linders either, but if Jurgen Klopp has got any of his backroom staff with him or not, because he's taken over the national squad, we could get one of them in. Because they were good then. They were good. Little Linda. Even in Frank and Red fans, Yanks, Arabs, FSG. Yanks, Arabs, FSG. I'd take a Russian owner if these sanctions hadn't came in. Yeah. And what have they been sanctioned for? But that's a Friday night one, isn't it? It's doing everyone's head in, isn't this? All these nonsense sanctions and Cedric. Hey, Cedric. Big up legends. Glad to have Ronald. Might be the only one. He took a pay cut. Yeah, he did. He said, yeah, I'll take a pay cut. Which is good. Which, some players have just said no. But I think the lads want football. I really do. So Liverpool has offered them the chance to play football, to get minutes under his belt. But he was saying all the right things to me, for me to listen to. And he really wants to play. He said, I can't wait to play. I'm fed up with a certain podcast, and all this fella was just going on about Diamandi ages and ages and ages ago. Diamandi every day, 24/7, he was going on every fucking, about 3 or 4 times a day. Diamandi. Then when that fell through, it was Barcola, just and he got mentioned again today. Honestly, God, I could go on about him. I could go on about Barcola. Even the lad last night who, signed for us yesterday, I said, I'll wait until the signing a contract and holding up a shirt with their name on the back. That's when I'll believe it. Because I'll never forget another podcaster over Bellingham, Jude Bellingham. Take no notice, he was saying, we're getting him, he's coming to Liverpool. While, these other people commenting and saying, he's not coming. Yeah, he is, he's coming. My sources said. And this is what you've got to be careful of, listening to these people. I do not listen to them. I'm sorry. And I think I was vindicated over the Dutch cheese fella and getting the sack. My little source said he's gone. Wait, he's gone. Don't be worrying. He won't be manager next season. We'll have a new manager in. And that was that then, a week so later, no, a couple of weeks later, because I said that 2 weeks before that he was going. And they were all saying, no, he's staying every fucking podcast. Every single journal, he's staying. And I kept saying, no, he's not, he's going. And I was vindicated, simple as that. It was only through my little sword. And Mr. B says, Barcola ain't worth 140, can't get a game for... No, and he's... What will he be? 6th in the pecking order? That's what Liverpool have reverted to. We are Liverpool Football Club. We're more fucking famous than PSG. Got more fucking European Cups than PSG. Fuming, I am. Why can't people fucking see that? Even lads on the not on our comments here, on other comments, they can't fucking see past their noses. Honestly, we should be. Look, if Barcola was worth this money, just fucking buy him. Just buy him, ends off. We can afford it. We could afford Zubamendi. We could have afforded Gueye. And we never got any of them. And it's still the haggle today over Barcola. One fucking player. And we sneaked this fella through the back door on a loan. Stephen Coughlin yanks out now as FSG boil my piss with rage the way they run our club. It takes the piss. Well, you've only got to look at the other fella, haven't you? Jurgen Klopp, when he asked for money after winning the Champions League to strengthen the squad, Edwards said, no, you're not getting it. You've only got to look at when we won the league. When we won our 19th. And what did Klopp ask for? He asked for money to strengthen the side. Wouldn't give him it. So on those two occasions, when Klopp asked for money, he wasn't giving it. And I know for a fact that he always asked for the, I don't know the players, unfortunately, but top-notch players he wanted to bring into Liverpool. And every time he asked for the dosh, he was always refused. This is why what Jurgen Klopp won, he won on a shoestring. When you look at the bench, you had the likes of, under their Klopp, you had the likes of fucking Jay Spearing and that Brewster lad and Woodburn. They were on our bench. They were our future. Fuck me. No, they weren't. Even the Frank and Red fans, not another Yank and Arab, says Linda Ellis. Well, the way it's going, it looks like then. And Barry says it's a money game, as you say, Frank. Any threat to their investments, and they drop us like a stone. Yes. And you know what? Yeah, there's something that you may know or you may not know. If this, 30%, comes in, right, and I know that fans are saying, oh, just imagine we'll be able to buy anyone. No, without that investment, we should be bringing in players because we're one of the richest clubs in the world. We're in the top 5. We can afford anybody. Any fucking one we can afford. So, if this 30%, it's not going into Liverpool, And I guess who it'll go to. That's why they said, do you want to buy a stake? It goes to FSG. Fenway Sports Group. That's who it goes to. It doesn't go into Liverpool. That's where they fall down. They don't look at the wider screen, the bigger picture. They've never have done. And I know some Liverpool fans, know them personally. And a little fucking group of them, they don't fucking speak to me, never have done, never will do. And they're saying, no oil money. They haven't a fucking clue. But that big sign, there's a big sign on Liverpool. I wonder if they see it. Oh, big sign. Massive sign. It doesn't say Liverpool FC and a big live up here. It doesn't say that. It's got writing on. It's got fucking writing on. And it says Standard Chartered. Do they fucking know what they're involved in? Standard Chartered. Do they know who the owners are friends with? They fucking don't, because they're fucking thick. And they're supposed to be spokespeople for us. For us. I'm not saying who they are, don't fucking speak for me. And it was funny, I was talking to some lad. What game did I go to? Was that a game? Anyway. And he had to meet our kids, our Jared, and my daughter Francine, after the game in the 12th man. So I went in there. And as I was going in, there was this young lad standing on the door. And I said, can I get fucking in here, lad? And he said, are you a member? I said, a member of what? The pub? He said, no, upstairs. And he mentioned the group. I said, oh, fuck off. Why would I be a member there? He was only saying, he wanted, this fella standing there next to him. He was waiting for someone. I was just having a bit of his beer. He wasn't not a member of them. And he said, he's making sure have you paid your dues. I said, what dues? He said, you actually paid them. I just shut. I said, you what? Who are they? Fucking assholes. But anyway, us Liverpool fans always get kept in the dark by those Yanks in FSG. They're a gang of mingebacks with their love for mega profit. Yes. That's all they're there for. So is Ed. So is this other fella, Bezos. He's not going in. And, that lad, the Indian lad, Queen's Park Rangers, he's walked away from them now. He's been with them for years. Vice chairman. Did they get promoted or win anything? And he's wanting to get into Liverpool now with this Bezos fella. Fuck off. What investment was he? He wouldn't put any investments in. He'd take it out. I genuinely thought, says Mr. B, you liked John Henry and Co. I'm going to kick your heads in, Mr. B, when I see you. And I know that you're a big hard fella, but I'm harder. It just shows you, doesn't it? When I met that Henry, I was really in St. John. The Saints said to me, John Henry just walked in. I looked over because we were appearing on LFC TV. I said, I'm going over to see him. He said, are you? I said, yeah. So it's over. I went, Mr. Henry, shut. Now, I don't know whether if you're a fisherman or if you've ever held a fish in your hands, and I don't mean one out the chippy, I mean a raw one. That's what his handshake was like. No character, no nothing. And we've just been beaten by Spurs. That Bale scored against those, a midweek game. And he and the statement's over for a bevy in the bar and grill. They're the only ones in there with one other fella standing up at the bar. I don't know, he's just a customer. And I said, we need players, And he said, everything's in hand. I said, is it? Are you sure now? And then that Werner, little eels. He said, John, your steak's ready. I said, you better go and eat it. But the thing is, you see, these people, they don't give two fucks about you or me or Liverpool Football Club. Because Liverpool Football Club, I tell you what it reminds them of. A fucking big, massive ATM where they can just go like that with the cards and just press a button and all the money come. Oh, yeah, look at this. Franco. They have seen the money made in the World Cup. They see the market opportunities. Look at Madrid. Want to bring in pay-per-view to watch games as if you are sitting in the stadium. All about money now. Franco, I'm not being rude or anything. You're spot on, by the way. You're spot on, mate. But it's been like that for years. I remember LFC TV being free. I remember that. And all of a sudden, you had to start paying. Because FSG said, whoa, look at all these. We'll fucking start paying them now. They'll start paying now. You know, the people, fans, looking in. You'll never walk alone, says Mr. B. Thank you, Mr. B. Hashtag 97. Love that. Thank you, Mr. B. Never forget our 97. And Mr. B, let's forget about this prick and move on. He's not worth the time and effort. Is that me? You're talking about me? It's talking about me. And Stephen Coughlin. Man City are sniffing around Macca to replace Rodri. Yeah, I know, Steve. I know, mate. And little Lindsay, FSG out. But who are you going to bring in? Got Bezos. Well, he's going to buy it anyway. I know that. We're in such a mess, Frank, says Stephen. It's a major worry and a concern for the future. Bleak under the regime of FSG. You've got to blame not FSG in total. Here's who you'd have to blame. And it was that Poulsen and Broughton. We had great opportunities to bring other investors in. Non-American. And we brought those fellas in. And you had some shit, I know, people down there going, they knew. These are the same fellas who were saying, no oil money. Let me tell you something with these no oil money. They're the same fucking people. Remember when Moores was selling to Sheikh Maktoum, DIC? Right, do you remember that? They were fucking bending, they were doing backward flips and cartwheels and everything, the same fucking ones who were saying no oil money. And they were only saying no oil money because of Manchester City. Jealousy of Manchester City. They can only win because they've got oil money. Fuck off. That's what I mean. They want to fucking read what's on the chest. Read it. Who we're sponsored by. Haven't a clue. Haven't a fucking clue. And Mr. B says, Chelsea and City have plenty of work to be getting on with from our end. Our kids will come good in the time City and Chelsea both have ageing squads. Henderson, Welbeck. I believe Henderson is, that's fucking, why does he fucking go there? He's tarnished himself, him. Fucking Chelsea. And Barry Stephen, Frank did me a fine brew. The first time I saw him, as a great chat. Thank you, Barry. He's talking to Steve Holland. Thank you. And the Vader. Hey, Frank and chat. I was shocked on Sunday how unfit a lot of the players looked. Slot's cloud is still over this team. 30 minutes in and we look fucked. See? Elliott and Chiesa look overweight. Elliott. But don't forget, Elliott hasn't been with us. He was at Villa and he never got a game. Chiesa was with us and didn't get any fucking minutes. No matter how much you train, you know, you might think it's great. Oh, it's great training. It's match fitness. That's what counts. Playing in games. This is why I think he'll just throw this young lad, you know, this lad who's just signed for us, this fucking Barca fella, Uruguayan. He'll just get thrown in there. But you're spot on there. Steve Mulholland's in Germany under current licensing arrangements operated by the Fußballer Liga. Football clubs are obliged under law to be fan-owned. The 50% rule means a 50% vote. That is a majority. We need that. Of course we do, but we'll never get it. You'll never get it. And Arsenal have a few wingers. Must sell before Barcola won't sit on the bench. Yeah. You're right, Mr. B. You're right. So we're tired of fucking getting them for what they're asking. And just see how he fits in with us. Could be crap even if we paid 20 million for him. Or 120 or 140 or whatever the fucking is. And Christopher, like Frank and everyone, like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. No one's liking it, you know. So easy to like, isn't it? And subscribe, but Jared springs to mind, says Linda. Yes, Linda. Yes. And Mr. B. Robbie Fowler would be a good shout, sporting director. That's a good shout, actually. Because he knows, he can see potential. As I said, you know, you just don't have to have one. You could get a couple that they can bounce off. Say like they were looking at someone. Yeah, have a look at this fella. What you think? And that's how it'll work. You know, another time, yeah, have a look at this fella. What you think? Oh, it's fucking good, him. That's what I mean. You know, so you'd have two heads going, yeah, rather than the one. Two heads are better than one. Always remember that. The old adage, two heads are better than one. Sam Sek. Hello, Frank, from India. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Sam Sek. And Steve Mulholland, reinvest in club developments and local communities, not in profiteers' pockets. To be honest, Manchester City, they did not invest in the area. They did not invest in the area, you know. And I'm talking about working class area as well. Excuse me while I... Just a minute, people. Just excuse me a sec. One sec, something's just happened there. Wait a minute. Blimey, is it hot? Where am I? Right. Sorry about that. Wasn't long, was I? Now we're busy. There he is. Oh, she. He. Oh, we're busy. I don't know whether it's, male or female. Good evening, greetings from Heathrow Airport area of West London, England, Frank. Fucking hate you. What have I done? What's Frank done? All of us. He hates me. And Stephen says Wharton could be ideal number 6, but Crystal Palace will play out, over any deal for the Crystal Palace midfielder. Probably wants silly money. But yeah, of course they will. Of course they will. What do you think about the film It's a Wonderful Life? What do you think about James Stewart? That's an odd question to ask on a football show. So, but what do I think? It's one of those a lift-up type of film. If you're into that genre of Christmas time and, all jollity. But it's not like that now. But it was a great film. And what could happen? It's as simple as that. What could happen if you weren't born? To see if you were good or bad anyway in life. And I think his name was George, wasn't it? He was a good man. But good film. And the Vader, another year with a DM is stupid. Yes, Vader. Totally agree, mate. The recruitment team needs replacing with people that know about football. Thank you. Our FBS are shocking. And who plays up front when Isak gets injured? Clueless. Yes. Yeah, because Ekatike is nowhere near. Nowhere near. Sorry to say, he's not going to be the same player, by the way, that he was. I loved Isak. Even my granddaughter, 14 years of age, has got Isak on her, her shirt that I bought her. Bought her it the other day, last week, or this week, I don't know when I fucking bought it. But anyway, the new top, Isak, not Isak, Ekatike. I said, what's he getting for? I said, he should have put Isak. He's not going to be playing for it. She said, I like him, Granddad. I said, okay then. He scores goals. I said, okay then. 14 years of age. Girl. But you're right there, clueless, mate. And now we're busy. Did we ever land on the moon in the 1960s? No. Simple as that. One giant leap for mankind. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Did it happen? The Visa. Frank, journalists say we need a centre-back that can also play right-back. Why can't we get both? We need a specialist right-back, not just for cover. Yes, Vader. I agree with you 110%. It's becoming ridiculous now. It really is. Just buy. We don't buy. We bought a load, didn't we? And that was going to be, last summer, that was going to be the springboard for every season from now on. That was last season. Never quite worked out, did it? And Stephen Cochran, just hope the new guy stays fit after his loan deal from Bartha. Yeah. This is what I mean. We seem to buy players injury prone. And Xhaka, look at him. Fucking hell, come on, give me a fucking break. We bought him while he was fucking ill. How long has he been recovering from a shoulder injury? How long? And Stephen Cochran goes into the pockets of FSG to make mega profits once again, as Liverpool are getting milked every season while we struggle to sign players. Powerful shout, though. Are you a member? Member of what? Yeah, that's what happened to me. Going into the pub to see my daughter and our kid. Fucking standing there like some little fella about 20. Oh, fuck off. Anyway, Franco rumours from London Standard that LFC might pull out of the Barcola deal if PSG don't drop the price. Arsenal sniffing. Wouldn't surprise me. McAllister replaces Rodri at City. We also got 11 plus players, ex-players, in the final year. $11. Phil. Hello, Frank and chat. How you, Phil? I want to ask you a random question, Frank says, how busy? On purpose. Don't ask about the moon landings. Ask that on Friday nights when I do the current affairs and conspiracy theories and things. And Phil says, up at the borders tomorrow. Oh, God. That's what we heard, isn't it? Fucking deaths. I heard of one today. I was filming in Liverpool. And I asked about this certain fella to Steve Mulholland. He worked with him. I said, is Charlie still going? He said, died a couple of years ago. Didn't even know. Lovely man. Lovely man, gone. What are your memories from 10 to 20 years of age about your Liverpool games? Wonderful memories, but I can't go through them now. It'll take up all night. How we're busy. Sorry about that, mate. But great memories. And Mr. A, that lovely condolences, mate. I hope it's a safe journey. That's lovely, though. Really lovely. Fuzzy football. Thank. Hope all is well, sir. Hiya, Fuzzy. Yeah, okay. I'm in hospital on the 24th of this month for my spinal operation. But I'll message you and let you know. Give my regards to Drifty. That was great, Taylor. Loved him. Drifty. And Phil says, Mr. B, Melrose Cemetery. Melrose Cemetery. Big up Fuzzy says, shit. What's the closest you've been to your favourite player, Frank? Do you mean in the men's team or the women's team? I can't tell you about that, about the women's team. But I've had my photograph taken because I was at a function with him and I told him something. And all that night he was shouting, Frank! I'm saying, what? Wasn't such a body a scouser? I said, yeah. And that was Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish. But if you want to know if I've ever had a cup of tea or a thing with someone, and the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest superstars ever. And this is in 94, 92, no, 93 and 94 this was, when I was in Scotland. And I had a cup of tea and he had a cup of coffee. And we had a half an hour chat. And I said, listen, Mr. So-and-so, I have to go. Because I was calling him Mr. Anyway, through the conversation I was having, and as I was walking away, he shouted over. He said, Frank. I said, yeah. He said, just call me Clint. And that's who I had a coffee. Well, I had a tea and he had a coffee. He asked me to sit down and have a coffee with him. Can't get any bigger than that, can you? Clint Eastwood. And Stephen McLaughlin. LFC TV started with their £7 membership to watch much loved repeat. And Mr. B, decent little town just off the... We're the AA now. And Steve Malolo, things are getting that bad that LFC will probably bring in Zelensky as financial director. He's getting loads of money, isn't he? Him. The Zelensky. And Michael Dooley, Michael Dooley. American society has always had that greed. That's why football never took off over there. Their baseballers. American footballers and basketball players seeing it as a threat. They said, soccer. You're right. Frank, you're definitely going to batter me. We won everything you could win with FSG and built 3 new stands. No, they didn't. They built 2, but we paid for them. They never built the Kenny Dalglish stand. That was David Moores. And he actually built, Phil, he actually built, that little stand above the Annie Road. And we had to borrow the fucking money off our owners to build the main stand that we see today. We had to fucking borrow the money off them to pay it back again to build the Annie Road stand. Come on, Phil. Thought you knew better than that, mate. Not having fucking that. Who do you think bought the club? You know the 300 million that it was sold for? Who do you think bought it? Don't fucking say FSG. They borrowed the money off their own bank, 300 million, to pay, the bank of the Royal Bank of Scotland. And who paid for it? Us. People who were going to the fucking game. The people who were buying the merchandise. The brand paid for it. Because we paid FSG back. They've never spent fuck all on us now. All right, yeah. All right, Phil. Say you probably got this question, but what do you think? I think he's okay. What I've seen of him. Listen, Sheriff, I think that's it, Sheriff. We needed someone with a bit of steel. We haven't had that for a while. In midfield, we haven't had it. This is why for 4 years, this is the fourth year I've been asking for a bit of steel in a number 6. We haven't had a number 6. And the likes of Gravenberch, not for me. Not for me. So I was made up that we've got this lad. If he can show what he is made of by getting stuck in. But as people are saying, there's a big red card there looming over him, over his head, every time he plays. But we've got to take that chance because we get bullied. With this lad, won't get fucking bullied. All right, Sheriff. So, let's hope that he can sustain a place in the side with his footballing ability. I've seen him play, and he's a great tackler, by the way, and he just gets stuck in. But his passing needs to be, it is a little suspect, but he'll have Big Virgil standing next to him, which will take a lot of pressure off him. And Barry says to Phil, played golf in the Borders, loved it. My claim to fame, I played golf with Bill McLaren at Harwick. Wasn't he the... Bill McLaren, wasn't he the rugby fella? He was great to him, because I like rugby union, you see. And Phil... Got on you, Barry. Oh, for fuck's sake. I've got to carry on, boys and girls. Here's the vlogs. MI6 here, boys, so you better behave your fucking selves. Hello, Frank. How's things? See what slots caused in Iriola said the team can only last 30 minutes. That's how bad the fitness and stamina is thanks to slots 2 times training a week cause murder him. Yes. And I fucking say, I was looking at, last week I was looking at some pod and these lads, I fucking know them as well. Well, one of them, I know them personally. I actually appeared on his fucking show once. And, in the fucking rain. And he was going on about Slot, that. And one of the comments, we all know that it wasn't Slot's fault. This is how fucking backward some people are, Liverpool supporters. Having a fucking clue where they come from. We all know that it wasn't slots. And I tell you fuckers. See, I can't really comment on anyone's pods, to be honest. Love to call them out. And this is why we're in a fucking mess today. And Stephen Coughlin, have a break, have a cup of tea, Frank. We don't mind. Oh, you'll kick me head in if I went for a cup of tea. And our busy says, take all of the minutes you need, sir. We will still be here. Thank you, our busy. I'm okay now, honestly. I had to turn on a light. Because if I wouldn't have turned on my light, because it's getting darker now, isn't it? Have you noticed? And as I go in, I forgot it last night, and I went in. I stumped my toe against the door frame, and I didn't want to do that again. George Fitzgibbon. Good evening, Mr. Carlyle. Good evening, Mr. Fitzgibbon. LFC have not got the spine in the team right yet. No. And our lovely little Laura. Oh, we're busy. Don't say bad words. See, got little Max crying. That's you. We're busy. By saying that you don't like me. Got my little Lauren crying. Gralu. August the 11th, still playing. Will we? Won't. That's right, though, isn't it? Still playing. Will he? Won't he? With the wide target. Since the club can only function on one player at a time, the tale is in whether Mbappe and Barcola play in the Super Cup. Yeah, that young Mbappe. Fucking love you, Fleck. It's better. Michael Zuli. If people want to know why things don't take off in America, but do in the rest of the world, they want their own apple pie to themselves. Say like Formula One, they stick to IndyCar. Yes, that's a cracker. Yeah. And that Daytona thing, spot on there. That's a cracking comment about it. And they wanted to buy the World Cup. And I was busy to Laura. I fucking love Frank. Stop swearing to little Laura. She's our little darling, is little Laura. The channel's darling. And Mr. B, I found a film my dad had. It was called Tam the Plumber. I won't go into it. I'll let you figure it out. The end. You, Mr. B. Oh, what are you like? And little Lawrence is an hour busy. Me too. And Max. And little Max. Oh, nuts. Aaron the Fuzz. I hope it goes well, sir. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you. Steve. How you stay? Let's go, champ. I haven't seen you for ages. He's been on his holidays, him. Been on his holidays for 3 months. In Bolton Jail. And they shot our busy say, Frank, your knowledge and insights into life and football is amazing, sir. Thank you. It's not, I'm just a historian who loves Liverpool Football Club and the fans. And I have respect for all our fans. I have respect, whoever comments, because they're taking the time to comment. And I think every comment should be read out. And I think other podcasters should do the same. But and now we're busy. Clinton King Kerry. Wow, fuck him. Wow. Yep, Clint. Lovely fella, by the way. Met some great people, mate. And Michael Julie says to now we're busy. The thing about It's a Wonderful Life, I had worked out before I seen the film that suicide is a no-no. In the spiritual realms, it's not good. Exactly. And Cedric. I know you, Cedric, from Hollywood. I've spoken to Jane Fonda, Beyonce. Never, it wasn't like face-to-face speaking to them. And that I asked Beyonce, the fella with her, and I said, "Is that your manager?" And she said, "No, it's my husband." I said, "Well, what's your name then?" And he said, Jay-Z. I said, "What do you do?" And he just laughed. He said, "I sing." I said, "Oh, that's okay. Shows you what I know." Frank knows famous people. I know you, don't I, Cedric? As long as I know you, mate. And Steve Mulholland. And Phil. And Stevie says, SOS Group stroke crap on Shanks Group showing their bias to FSG by asking questions about this new investment group led by Batia. But SOS asked 0 questions to FSG about AXA, Standard Chartered crimes. Yes. Get in. That's what I keep fucking saying to this fucking group. Fucking what's across our chest? They haven't a fucking clue the tick. They don't know anything about Wales affairs. They only know about fucking going in the cop. They know nothing else. And if this Bezos takes over, which look, he will, I don't want him to. They won't have much fucking say. He'll just disband and then go on, fuck off. Phonies. And Phil says, ouch, I knew it was in for a battle. No, you weren't. It was just, you know the score, Phil. You know me. And our busy says, fucking borrowing money from people to fund people, disgust them. Yep. And who they fund as well. And who they're mates with. This squad goes into, says Stevie, the season where out of 5-6 quality signings in the starting 11, we are heading into a relegation battle, and people don't understand that. I was listening. You know where he is, isn't you? You know where he played his football? You know where he played his football, don't you? I'll let you have a guess. Part of it was in fucking New York. The beta. Thank God someone's agreed with me. Graver's near useless. The midfield needs upgrading massively. Gravenberch. Okay, now it's fucking useless, him. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you see him posing like that. You know, on that LFC TV when it comes on. See little Bertie, the bird, and him going, fuck me. And Stevie's a film. Cheap broke FSG. I've invested zero personal money into LFC. Thank you. In 16 years, all the money has been loans taken out of LFC assets that LFC have paid off. Thank you. Not a fucking penny they pay. You know the Scorsese. You know, mate. Can't lie. You can't beat a 19-stone man in muddy shorts, breathing heavy, going in for a scrum on a rainy night in Kelso, say Mr. B. No. I love rugby union too. And that McLaren, he was great here. One of the great, him and Peter West. Mr. B. And Stevie says, King Vader, we need quality right back. A DM, which I've been crying out for 4 years. Stay in. 2 wingers, just for the starting 11. Oh, my little Bella's going. Bella, I'm sorry if I swore. I'm so sorry. Buonanotte, Franco and Dole. Oh, she's gone. Buonanotte, Franco. Buonanotte, Bella. Buonanotte. Ci vediamo, eh? Ciao. Ciao, Bella. Stevie says, friendly game again shows Iriola that after the starting 11, he has 0 players he can rely on off the bench. Sell the lot of the dead wood and replace them with the better players. That'll never happen now. That'll never. I'm sorry to say, boys, we're all Reds. I think we have got a bit of a brain. And we know the fucking score with every one of them. Point is, you see, I'm sick and tired of it. I really am. Look, I've told you the story why. I'm not going into it now. I can't fucking fed up with it. Why Jürgen left. He would have never have left. He'd have still been our manager today. Only for fucking Edwards. Our manager today. The owners wanted to get rid of him. I was very surprised that he went up on his last day to take fucking pick, fucking pictures, what they really giving him. Will he have them hanging fucking up? Come on. His lovely wife, Ula, she turns her back on them. She turns her back. And Jürgen, watch it. If you ever see the full episode of it, He ran down to her to come and, by the podium while he received. She just had her back. She said no. He had her back to him. And he just ran up then, didn't he, and fucking got it. I wonder if that caused friction in the household. Can everyone hit the like button for Frank, says Stephen, please, and sponsor You'll Never Walk Alone, JFT. I don't want to. Oh, and the sponsor. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. And Bella. Hi, Lauren. Oh, I thought she was going and made up she's with us. She said one or not, but that is in Italian, you say. We say good evening. They still say, still say good evening. While, early evening, say like 7 o'clock, they say buonanotte. And we say buonanotte, good night when we're leaving. If you know what I mean. That's our Italians for you. And Stephen says, hope every Red boos Jordan Henderson on his return to Anfield. He deserves abuse for becoming a rent boy. He's definitely let the side down by joining Chelsea. He's a bad egg. This is what I mean about, anyone. But Chelsea, God, jeez. And he's finished anyway. He's finished. Sorry for all of the swear words today, sir, and the chat room. My apologies. Okay, no problem. So, no problem. Honestly, no, it isn't. You're forgiven anyway. And Steven says, FSG out now. And our busy says, we're close to clicking. We need about 10 games. Fred West. His cousin's on my dad's patio out. Go away, did he? Did he really? Rootless him. Fred West and his wife. Horrible. Killing his own. Gruesome. And Phil says, Frank, how much time will Areola be given? He will need, yeah, he will. He'll have to. He'll have to, but Phil, Areola needs time, one season, I reckon, says Mr. B. He will get the season. There's no problem with that. If he get relegated, he's gone. Good night, Frankie. Lauren, you go to bed. Have a rest, please. And don't forget your English. I think Jason sent you an email, with all my details on. Okay. So, get in touch. Got a plan for you. A little syllabus. But you'll have to tell me what English you're doing. And Max. Mr. B, yes, at least 1 year, yeah. I'm sick and tired of FSG, full stop. And Mr. Yegan was shafted in the end to Scott. Of course he was. Every season he was shafted. That's why he won. Jürgen was well better than Pep, you know. Pep had the money. I'm not saying Pep was there, but he was well better than him. We had the bare bones on the bare bones, while he had anything you want, Pep. Do you want him? Yeah, I want him. He's going to cost, say like today's thing, 250 million. Yeah, get him. That was Pep. Jürgen. It's good players into great players, and great players into world-class players. That's what kind of a coach he was. Gave all the kids a go. Jürgen was shafted in the end, disgusting, Mr. B. Yes. I'm streamed like number 23, Frank, sir. Good for you, hour busy. I've only got 2 little likes. Well, I can see up there. I don't know whether that's Facebook, though. I just don't know. I haven't a fucking clue. I just want to get my algorithm up there. And I'll tell you what as well, people, you know, if you've subscribed, have a look to see if your subscription's still there, because YouTube takes them down, you know. I don't know why, but make sure that you still subscribe to me. Thank you. Because I should have well hit the target I needed. Well, I need 60 people, that's all, to hit a certain target. Only 2K, that's all. 60 people. And Peter says, we're not in the mud, we're in the concrete. The club's going to end up owned by hedge fund men. I don't see why Liverpool Council and the fans don't buy 51% of the club. That's a cracker. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody say about the council. Well said. Well said, Peter. And Stephen. Good night, Lauren. Peace out. Good night, Lauren. Hey, Stephen, says our little Lauren. Frank, how do you actually think we will do this season? Ask me after their 5 games, please. Please, our busy. Top 4, top 3, top 2, or champions? No. The way we are, no chance of that. What you've said there, top 4, top 3, top 2, champion, none of that. And Michael Daly, we have a brilliant right back. If we can get him in the team and keep him fit, yeah, totally agree. Conor Bradley. Klopp was a big fan of Bradley. Yes. Totally agree, 100%. If we keep him fit, he's injury prone. The lads is injury prone. And how long has he been out now? Seen him, when he went over there to New York and Chicago, whatever they fucking went. And he's walking around with that Woodman. And you wouldn't think anything was wrong with him, but he's injured. He's recuperating. So, but you're right. You're right, Michael Dooley. He's great. I don't half like young Conor Bradley. And Johan, I think Chelsea played the retirement card for Henderson. Come here, show the kids some experience. Doesn't matter if you play or not. We'll sponsor your coaching badges. They did the same to Fabregas. There you go. And we play Fabregas' teams, don't we, on Sunday? Is it Sunday? Yeah. Is it Sunday? Or Saturday or fucking Sunday? And Bella, our lovely Bella. This is for all you lads, bound by an unyielding love. Oh, hey, you want to listen what Johan and myself got lines up for you, Bella. This is for all you lads, bound by an unyielding love for Liverpool. Frank's listeners do more than tune in. They share a single fiery heartbeat, proving every night that no one ever walks alone. How's that? How's that from our poet laureate? Is she lovely? Fuck me. That lovely Italian lady, Bella. Spot on, Stevie. And was a seer. Well, what the fucking hell is that? The phaser. And was and a seer, in my opinion. Centre forward. Yeah, we need a centre forward as well. What is your favourite FA Cup final, Frank? Even not a Liverpool game. My favourite FA Cup final, I keep saying this, was Roma, 1977. Oh, excuse me. I've got this bloody itch back. Every time I come in here. Anyway, Roma, 77, lifting the World Cup, lifting the European Cup for the first time. Excuse me. Lifting the European Cup for the first time. Never forget, greatest memory ever. Ever. Little Laura, what's she like? She must have been drowsy, mustn't she? It's only 8:35. I thought it was almost 10. I'll go to sleep later. The little Max. Yes. She like. And our busy YouTube channels likes to shadow ban channels like mine. What do you do about me? Don't see me ever again. And Lauren says to Bella, that's amazing, Bella. It is amazing. We'll have our little Lauren and her poet laureate, Johan and myself. And Mr. B says, I think a shirtless podfather night needs to happen for your female viewers. Are you fucking kidding me? Being shirtless. Oh, now that is funny. Very daring. Excuse me. Salute. I like flavoured water, you know. And the hospital said, so this time next week, I won't be drinking flavoured water. I won't be able to drink any, just water, plain water. And the things I've got to do next week. Preparing for the op. And Lauren says, so how busy? Yes, I'm free Palestine. Yes. Lovely. Our little Lauren. Wow, so we're going to be top 5, top 6. No. I'll tell you, I'll give you my prediction. How busy. When the season starts, after the first 5 games. And we've got a hard start to the season. Thank you, Lauren, says the lovely Bella. 2 lovely ladies. Lovely ladies. You'll never walk alone, says Mr. B. Hashtag 90, he's going, Mr. B. He's going. I think. Stephen, Frimpong needs to stop acting the goat around the AXA training complex as he's a clown, says Stephen. He does act soft, doesn't he? Klopp turns our team into a well-organised engine. Not half. And you know what? Every time we played, the foot was on the accelerator as well. On that engine, on the accelerator. Our front 3 were like motorbikes. Doing the Isle of Man circuit. At defences. Mane. Firmino. And Mo. You'll never get that in any other team, any team throughout Europe. Incredible. Any club side. Ping pongers pants. That's what I mean about. That's what I mean about the likes of, shall we say, I don't know. I don't know. Below a player who supports the country we don't talk about. The very next day, Bezos is at our door. I'm out, says Peter. The very next day, Bezos is at our door. I think he's going to buy it, He's Mikalovsky's mate, isn't he? Friend of his. You're always hitting the target, mate, says Mr. B. Keep smashing it, says Mr. B. Thank you, Mr. B. And what is stopping our fans owning 51%? You're right. See, it's got to be, if the council went to our council and the fans, we've got great people who support Liverpool, millionaires. We can, as fans, buy into it. But what you'll need, say like it's split in half, we'll need 3 billion. That's a lot of money, The council, 3 billion. But you've got the other half of the city saying, hang on a minute, you're buying a fucking football club, paying into it, while you're using council tax money. That's what it'll be. It's not as simple as, honestly, believe me. And Mr. B says, top 4 and a cup. Yeah, Yeah, do you ever remember him? And he was fucking dragging him off the pitch, wasn't he? He was dragging him off the pitch. Remember that incident? Fucking Mercer over that. Of course he was acting the goat. And Johan to Lauren. Viva la Palestina. And now we're busy. Frank. Best World Cup game and European Cup game. The best World Cup game was when Italy in 96, no, 2006 won the World Cup. The Azzurri, when we won it, because I support the Azzurri. And the best European Cup game, you know, people say about Istanbul. They just say Istanbul. Excuse me. I've got to try and get I'm fucking playing here. Right, Istanbul, which was great. I was there. Loved it. Also, I was at the Barcelona game at Anfield. Incredible. But the best game, European game I've ever seen, and I still talk about it. I'll talk about it until my dying day, was in 1977, when we played one of the great clubs in Europe at the time, and they had some unbelievable players in that team, and they were favourites to win the European Cup, and that was Saint Etienne. Best game ever, the biggest roar I've ever known in my life, and I've known some roars throughout my time at Anfield. My ears were ringing for 2 days, 2 or 3 days. Jenny, I'm not just saying that, by the way, but that's it. And Bella. Franco, sorry, I'm still here listening to you. My son typed it wrong. Instead of saying good evening, he said good night. Where's Marcella? I hope she hasn't got a boyfriend running off with all these fellas. And Peter says, if we bought 51% of the club, we could build our own kit manufacturing plant and cut Adidas and Nike out to generate our own funds. Says Peter, if we bought 51% of the club, yeah. And call us, we could have some Italian name, that'll be great. Right. We could call it Galucci, with a logo. Say like just a one stripe with 6 stars on. Galucci. How's that? Little stripe, for the logo. 6 stars on, but at the top of the star, the liver bird. How's that? And a deep red home shirt. Go back to 2005 and Istanbul. That was the best red I've seen. The best red. I think it was Reebok at the time. These shirts are too. I don't like this new one. I just don't like it whatsoever. And all our red shirts seem to be wishy-washy. and now we're busy. What's the best team you've ever seen? If you're talking Liverpool, it was in the 80s. Pick any one of the early 80s. When we won in 1983, the European Cup. 1984 when we won the European Cup. Great side. Even 81 when we beat Real Madrid. Great side. Barney Rubble scoring the winner. What team was your first love, Frank? What team? Oh, I can't go into that. Come on, now we're busy. I've got a fucking show to do. All these wonderful comments. And Johan, I as a rebuttal to Phil's comment about winning everything under FSG. We've done the same under the Glazers, but it was despite of them being owners, not because of look at the finances. Because Man U, as you know, are in a hell of a lot, well, debt. Oh, Natasha. Hey, Natasha, sweetheart. Hi, Frank. New investors. They are billionaires, so they will make Liverpool great again. Are you happy with the news? Natasha, you know I love you, don't you? Honestly, you know I love you. No, it doesn't excite me. It really doesn't. You've got to understand the way it works out. They're putting into, you think that they're putting into the football club, they're not. That money that's being generated out of that 30% will be going to the owners of the club, not into the club. I think that's what you've got to understand, sweetheart. That's going to FSG. FSG will not spend. If that was the case, we'd be buying Barcola, no matter how much it's going to cost. We'd be buying a number 6, no matter what it's costing. You see what I mean? We'd be buying a right back. We'd be buying the players that we really need, and we're talking about top quality players. Simple as that, but we're not. And it takes a long time for all finances to go through. And I don't want this Bezos nowhere near our club. And Phil says, Frankie or not, business. Like or not, business is business. No benevolence in the Premier League. The Liverpool City Council was corrupt. The government stepped in. Management by committee fails long-term. Investors required. That's a grand statement. It was corrupt, but are you saying it's corrupt now? You know, you can't say that Liverpool City Council is corrupt now. And that's been going on a few years, you know, with the investigation started a few years ago. So, you know, so they brought new people in. They're still fucking crap anyway, the council, put it that way. And Vale Brookie, come on, Frank, inject some into. Oh, you could put a glass eye to. Oh, thank you, Vale. You know, what do you want me to say, mate? You know, I don't I just say it as it is. If you don't think that we need players, well, you know, that's your opinion. If you don't think, I want the best for Liverpool. I've always have done, Bales, honestly. I've always wanted the best for Liverpool. That's my argument. Always has been, always will be. The best. I don't want second best. Never have done, never will do. And most of the players, like through the season, close season, has gone. They've gone. And we're like going to a party and someone asks, you say, where's the buffet? And you go into the buffet and it's mostly gone. So you're eating the leftovers. That's what our football club's like now. The leftovers. And if you can understand that, well, that's fine. But if you don't, I can't help you. I really can't, Veiled. And Johan says, where does the shirt sale money disappear year after year? Because our club should be able to buy £500 million worth of players every summer. But we don't. And the accountant uses an excuse, of course. Well, the thing is, you see, Liverpool's, what we get is the money, for shirt sales in this country. Have a guess where the money goes in Asia? The sales in Asia. Have a guess. Why is everyone using caps? Because I can't fucking see. I've got cataracts and I've got my distant glasses on. That's why, Veiled. I've got cataracts, mate. And I can hardly see. Small type. And Natasha, can you imagine the people who will be coming to watch Liverpool with these new investors? No, even if we had no new investors, still be the same people coming in. But I really don't know what you mean. The people will be coming in. Imagine the people. Are they supporters? You're talking about supporters. I don't know what you mean. I just don't know. I'm sorry, Natasha, sweetheart. To watch Liverpool with these new investors, I just don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. If you're talking about supporters, it's only be the same supporters. But we're going under with local support. Local support. And if this Bezos takes over, do you think that the prices will go up? Dead right. They'll want a return on their money. And so will the Indian lads, investors. They're not coming in to help Liverpool, They're buying a stake to make money. And I hope people understand that. I hope, what football pitches are. On what football pitches or in what parks did you play? I played in Walton Hall Park. Walton Hall. That's where I got it. And Lauren says, "Very Bookie, stop being mean." And Johan, it helps Frank to read out the comments and the veil. None of you even got. Oh right, okay. I have been and blocked. No, you fucking liar. You're a liar. We know who you are. We fucking know who you are, you prick. I'm block 106 block on the cop for get out of it. Fuck off. Haven't you been moved yet? Our kid has. And he's been a season ticket for 40 years. And he's been moved all over the fucking place because of this corporate nonsense. And you've been on for 20 years. We know who you are. We find out who you are. And as Peter says, your point is this is to the Vale Bookie. He's a phony, Peter. Your point is the club belongs to the city, and half of the city can no longer afford tickets. Simple as fucking that. And now we're busy. Stevie Highway on the wing. Saint Etienne. Yes. San Etienne. Fucking hell. See what I have to fucking put up with. You know who he is now. As soon as he said that, he said it before when we found out who he was, because we banned a fella before that. Then he said it again, and he's just let the cat out the bag. I must think we're fucking stupid. These fucking assholes. They're just trying to get at me and you. And Peter says, good idea on the kit logo. Bit of Italians, is that? Yes. Italians, honestly, if you wanted to sell anything, whether it's a suit, a shirt, a pair of boots, or a pair of shoes, honestly, I have them in my own now. Unfortunately, I've still got them from Christmas. I've never even worn them. They're brand new in the box. Wore them, can't walk. And anything Italian, and it will sell. Honestly. And Phil says, Frank, the truth is that if supporters own 51%, a small group would seize the power as if they represent everyone. For example, bang on. Exactly. And they don't fucking represent me, never have done. Never, ever have to fucking hell, where am I? Not many podcasts better than yours. Maximum love and respect from London. Thank you. I have supporters out with tickets to the FA Cup. Oh, that's good. And the Carabao Gold away games, as I don't attend them. It's not my problem. The club would rather sell hospitality packages. Well, don't be fucking getting at me. Get at them. Because that's why we can't fucking go. I can't even borrow our kids' season tickets anymore. Did you know that? Because he goes away and he says, yeah, Francis. For me and my daughter and my granddaughter, I can't borrow them anymore. Be taken off them and sold to fucking corporate. So don't be getting at me, fella. I'm telling you. You help. You help with tickets, eh? Very good. Don't fucking help me with tickets, though, do you? And Stephen says, a new kit is bad for the season. It doesn't beat the original candy shirt that we won the title. It brings back memories of that season. And Peter to Phil, that happens now, though, doesn't it? Either we and the council own and make the profits, or some money-making consortium gets the profit. Well, it's happening now, though, isn't it? To be honest, it's happening now. It's happening now. If they bring this Bezos in, fucking hell, we're fucked. Prices are, I'm telling you now, if Bezos, which I think he will buy outright, prices will go up there, and guess what? We'll go on the stock market. This is why Man United fans are fuming at the Glaziers because they put them on the stock market. And that's why they owe fucking billions. And Liverpool will end up the same. Mark my words. And Mr. B, Iriola will come good at our famous club. Yeah, look. He's saying that, show some enthusiasm. Have you fucking known the likes with this fella? The Vales one. Iriola is the wrong man. I just don't believe it. This is what I have to fucking put up with. Fuck me. If you say so. Bailed. And Michael Dearley, the Dutch in the 1978 World Cup were brilliant to watch. Johnny Depp. Johan Cruyff as well. And all that. I was 12 at the time, and Brazil and, 82 were incredible to watch as well. But Rossi was their nightmare for Brazil. Paulo Rossi. Paulo Red, yes. Yeah. Yeah, he was. And Mr. B, the Dutch twat, was bad for us. And I give it that, can you? Dutch football's gone down the neck, though. And Stephen Coughlin, Iriola will be thrown under the bus if things don't change, as we are stepping into the future unknown. So we will see what develops. And how busy. Have you seen Greybeard podcast, Frank? He takes, the Greybeards, he takes us around. He's a nice lad, actually. He showed the new pitch being laid, section by section. Yeah, seen that. Greybeard. You seen the tattoo on his neck? And Phil says, Peter, my thoughts, who exactly in the council is qualified to go run a multi-billion company? I can tell you, no one. You can imagine, can't you? And Toscana says, Vale Bucky, what makes you say Iriola isn't good enough? And the Vale says, Iriola will be gone after this season. And lovely Bella says, Buonasera Toscana. Say, good job, you never said good night there. He said good night to me. Buonasera to Tosk. Liverpool says Mr. B. And yours. Adidas for us and Nike for you. I like the trabs of Adidas. Honestly, I do. You know, the shoes. But I'm too old for them now. Some people need to wake up and smell the coffee. As Frank spot on. As always, you'll never walk alone. Thank you, Stephen. Bangers and do you know what? You're not going to, honestly. Do you know what I took out my freezer there? Bangers and mash. Love them. You know, when the mic took it out before. So by the time I finish this, it'll be over. Be, defrosted. Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash and all things nice. I'm gonna say, you couldn't see that, like, God. And Peter says, Man United's were hijacked in slow motion by the Glazers to Johan. I always remember when we got rid of Hicks and Gillette. And I was on the steps, St. George's Hall. But anyway, that's by the by. And we got rid of them. And I always remember a few Manchester United fans were saying, whatever you do, don't bring more Americans in. You've learned your lesson. Don't have another lesson. And that's why I always blame Broughton and Poulsen for bringing the FSG in. Always. And the lovely Bella. Evening, Johan. And Johan says to Peter, they use the club's assets to leverage a loan. Parasites, all of the tiny hats are. And they are Florida tiny hats, the worst kind. There you go. And the Veiled says, we should have paid Compo to Villa and got Emery. I'll say this. When Liverpool, got rid of the Dutch frauds, I'll say this. Emery came into my mind because he admires Liverpool, give you that. And he also admires the fans. Right, so I'll give you that. And I did say, Michelle, I had a few to come in and manage us. But I'll give you one better. It would never have happened. Once Pep left, we had known that he was going to leave City. He should have gone in for him. Yeah, do you want to be our manager? Why not? We don't Manchester City. But Iriola, I'll tell you this, he's never won anything. And I did say this, if you go back on my pods, he was very lucky where he finished last season. So a lot of luck could have played on that. For him coming in. And also what I looked at was Hughes, the invisible man, as I've always called him, because you never see it. He's never went to fucking match in. Well, what you believe with your cop ticket, you bet you didn't see him. The invisible man, no one did. Never went to any games. He was sitting in his house in Bournemouth. Now, don't forget, he was a great mate of Slots. I hate saying that man's name, that Dutch fraud. And he brought him into Liverpool, a phony. And I knew it from day one. Even before he took up the job, he was a phony. He was a fraud. And he brought him in, Hughes, because he was his mate. Do you want the Liverpool job? Are you kidding me? No. Do you want it? Yeah. And if you fucking think, Veiled, that he actually won the league for us, he didn't. I tell you who won the league for us. Mo Salah. With his golden boot. With his record assists. Without Mo Salah, we wouldn't have finished in the top fucking 5. Never mind winning the championship. It wasn't him. Remember when he got that cushion, with the points, the cushion, And he came in with his scheme and a system. And we started getting fucking beat heavily. And then we had to beat Tottenham. And then he brought in the Klopp thing that they started off with, because they had the Klopp mentality to win the league. Won the league, then he started playing the system again, and we were crap. We were awful. And he brought us into the following season. But that summer, he got rid of 2 of our presses. He broke everything fucking up. Him and Hughes. He fucked everything up. And Toscana says to the bookie, it's easier getting an appointment with the Pope than getting a ticket at Anfield. Not that I'd want to meet the Pope. I would. I've got a pair of rosary beads there. A pair of rosary beads that a lovely girl who goes to India every year. She's there right now helping the poor. A friend of mine, her and her husband. And when I had my triple repair aneurysm, she brought me. She came up to see me. She said, Frank. I said, what? She said, I want you to take these. And I've got them around my fireplace. She said, I got them blessed by Pope Francis. I said, thank you. So the Pope is all right. And Peter, to Phil, we could employ people to do a job. Liverpool University must have some clever people. I went to the uni, Liverpool. Would you trust me? And the Vale says, Toscana, I'll put you on my friends and family if you want. Well, their daughter and sons get tickets, which is good. And Natasha, Frank, Bomber, Barcola to Liverpool, done. Well, I'm absolutely made up because we need a right winger. But will he be playing late? He's a left winger, isn't he? But he'll be playing late. Albeit, I don't know. And Stevie says, oh, thank you, Natasha. This is all opinions. Every podcast is. It's all opinions. And I'm the only one who actually reads out all the comments. And Stevie says, the new investors takeover, it's the end of the SOS group. Yeah, they'd be fucking gone. But who are they anyway? Fucking nobody. Don't answer for me. Don't talk about me. Fuck off. The SOS group, aka Crap on Sharks Group and Racist Podcast, like Redmen TV, Anfield Crap, is over. Yeah. Think all will. And Natasha says, everyone in the chat, Bomber, Barcola to Liverpool done. Is that Natasha? Did Romano Fabrizio say that? Did he say it, Romano? Frank, being in my... I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying you haven't. Bales, honestly, I'm not. Our kids had this for 40 years. And as lads for their 20-odd years. Because when they started growing up, he bought them. They've all got them. Season ticket, but he kept getting moved about. They had the Cop. They were on the Cop. Then they went into the Kenny Dalglish stand. Then they were fucking moved from there back on the Cop. And he phones up. And he said, who are these people sitting next to me? Foreigners they were. Oh, corporate. Someone told them. They're being sold to corporate. So you better watch out for your... don't be lensing your fucking thing out. Ciao bella da tutti bene. Bene. Oh. You're not going, are you, Tusk? And the Red Men 9 are Pablo. What a name. Anfield be like Disneyland. One day, full of tourists. They're okay going on about the atmosphere, but the season tickets are locals for that reasons who get replaced by corporate Thomas Cook too. Yes. Look, I've said that. I even said this on the telly, by the way. When do you get a great atmosphere at Anfield? When? I'll tell you when. And it's when the locals, like my good self, can afford a ticket. Not afford it, but can get one. And that's during the Champions League. That's why you have great nights there, because it's full of fucking locals. Rather than, honestly, listen, you know, we've got great Norwegians and Swedes, all the Scandinavians, Danes, you know, great. Got them from everywhere. And I embrace them. But I tell you what, I embrace the fans, you know, like here. Here. I told a lad to come and see me. He was going to the game, you know. I can't, as you know, I can't go anymore. And he came to see me and we were chatting. And he walked the match, parked his car outside mine. And he walked. And he came back. I said, was it hazardous for you to walk? He said, no, it was great. Nice little stroll up there. Stroll back. So, I can't get one. I want my granddaughter. She's the only thing I get her is shirts. She loves the Liverpool tops, buying it with all the names on. She loves to go to every game. She's so looking forward to the Como game. But you're right there, Redmen. Absolutely spot on. Good shout. Stevie, news investors to knock down cheap stadium expansions made by cheap broke FSG and builds a new 100k plus stadium. 100 million. No, the thing is, you see, Stevie, I was watching something. Look, I grew up under Shankly, and I used to go there, Anfield. Me little mates, go in the boys' pen, fucking freezing, short kicks on. And then 3/4 time, go down and go into the Cop. When we got a little bit older, still going in the boys' pen. So, and then, when we started to get, really the feel of supporting our club, the history, you can't. One of the lads said there, our busy said, what's your favourite, games? Imagine if these ones are fucking Anfield knocked out. This is only the other day, looking at fucking comments on different podcasts. Knock it down, with this Bezos coming in. And build a new stadium. How old are these fucking fellas? Are they 15, 16 or what? Just imagine knocking down Anfield. All that history gone. It's like, I'm not a monarchist, but that. Imagine, for tourists there, because lots of tourists not coming here. I'm talking about the country. One of the most, let's say France, fuck this country. France. What did he go to Paris for? What did he want to see? Two things. The Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. What if they knocked down the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe? What would they go there for? To listen to someone in their club going, oh, I love you, je t'aime, je t'aime. Hey, but they, no, they go to see the Eiffel Tower. It's just like Great Rome. What do they go? They go to see. They don't go to see modern buildings. They go to see the Colosseum. The old Foro. That's what they go for. So just imagine coming here. Because it's all memories, it's everything. It's iconic. Anfield is iconic to the history of Liverpool Football Club, and you're getting fucking arseholes saying, we'll build a new step. Fuck off. You're not fucking Liverpool. You're not. Fuck off. Go away, you fools. Don't want you fucking near my club. Don't want you fucking near it. And Zaza, Natasha, it's not done. See, that's what I mean about things, Created by the poor, stolen by the rich. Yes. Phil, spot on. Michael Julie. If we had a bigger stadium, how many fans could get in watching us of a weekend despite prices? Okay, I've said this. Michael, get Anfield in your head. Okay, you're there. You're on the Kop, right? Now, look over towards the Anfield Road end, the new stand. That FSG got the fucking when they done the due diligence, they brought into the fucking Buckingham that was going under. As they were doing Fulham's ground, and they brought them in because they were the cheapest. That's what they fucking like. So anyway, just keep looking at that. You've got two corners there, stupid fucking corners. Why didn't they round them off? The two corners. Why didn't they round them off for thousands more to fit in? Why didn't they do that? They could easily do that now. Right? Kenny's Dalglish stand. All they got to do is just go up to the same height as the new stand and the Annie Road stand. You only need another stand lifted on top of it. Remember the old Annie Roads when David Moores had it, he put a small stand up. Just like that. Another one on top of that. A few thousand more. All he's got to do now is lift and bring out the Kop. How are you going to do that? Just bring it out. Right, and I'm talking about the stand. And lift it and elevate it back so that you go right up like that. You leave what's there now and then you put it out. Right? Make a massive Kop. The same size as what was after Kenny's Dalglish now with the other stand on and the new stand. And you bring it out and you'll say, well, what about Walton Breck Road? Easy. There's two, I don't know where they are, unfortunately. Keep falling over with this. You've got two clubs in Spain and two clubs in Italy. That their ground is very similar. Like what they did, they needed to expand. And you know what they did? Rather than, like their authorities, they wouldn't block their fucking roads. So do you know what they did? They built a tunnel. So the stands are sitting on the tunnel. That's all they got to do. That's it. It's done. Bigger ground. To a 75,000 capacity. That's all we need. It's no use saying, Mike, that to do that, we could fill it 100,000 every week. Know what I mean? 75,000 ideal. And we could do that now. Not knocking down the fucking stadium. Getting rid of all our history and memories and everything else. I hope you agree with me on that. I really do. Disagree entirely. Darryl. Evening, Frank. I had a fantastic 40th birthday the weekend, but tears will be flowing Friday. Yeah. And that's the worst thing because of your birthday, wasn't it? Your birthday. And what happened to Louise? But I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, mate. And Peter says, remember all the Italian sports gear in the 60s, 80s? Sergio Tacchini and Cappi. Yeah, Sergio Tacchini, yeah. And Cappi, yeah. And not Paul Cappi, who plays at the the amazing Kappa band at the Cavern. He's a good lad as well, Cappi. And he's a red. But yeah, remember that, Tacchini and Cappi. Could you imagine Carlucci with the 6 stars and the liver bears on top of them? You could have it just across here instead of having it like that, have it across here. 6 stars, the liver bear. And the red men. Sorry, forgot capital letter. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, Redman. Spot on, Michael Dooley, the American country. Oh, come on. Well, they're all contrary, aren't they? Hey. But they are, you're spot on there. I like that as well. Get out. Love to Sergio back in the day. Adidas Samba, says Mr. B. And Stephen to excuse me. To Valebrook. Sounds like he's FSG bummer. He won't have anything bad said about FSG. Say Stephen. He's saying about the Vale. Yeah, talking crap. Frank, you can use his tickets. You just need to be on his friends and family list. So you're talking crap, mate. Well, okay. I must be, if you say so. Is that like going to the Carabao Cup? Is that going to the FA Cup? What if we're playing away? Anyway, I can't walk, mate. So I can't go anywhere. Does that answer you? Or do we still talk crap? Five, German Frankie. I'll hold your jacket. And Zaza says, Vale, don't come off, Frank, you can piss her. And then he says, no, I don't like FSC. I don't like American owners at all. I don't know where you're coming from, mate, honest to God. Yeah, I really fucking don't. Last time I got to Anfield, it was against Spurs and Kane was still playing for them pre-COVID. But at least we won. It was easier getting a ticket for the final in Athens versus Milan in there. Yeah. It was, yeah. They were going in with fucking cigarette papers and everything, you know, like little cards. Set them in Athens. And Stephen says, please leave Frank alone. He's just one of the lads, isn't he? You know, he won't be on again. Taz, get a grip, lads. Enjoy the Prem from Europe. See what I mean? See where he's coming from? I'm going to block you, lad. I'm going to block you. See what? Hey, fuck off, you prick. Say, how many times do we have this? And Phil Frank, the club stopped season tickets being lent out as some lifers who stopped going years ago, selling their tickets each season. They fucked it up. Yes. Got to tell the Vale here. This fella, he's causing fucking friction. Ah, fuck. I have a very good mate in Bootle. Grabs my tickets. We travel from Scotland pre-COVID down twice a week, says Mr. B. But Tony's all look alike. In Scotland. They all speak with a funny accent. All the same. Are you comfy? And Stevie, Iriola and Virgil make sublime hints in their interviews saying they welcome new signings. I remember Virgil saying that a couple of years ago. And Johan to the Veiled. Enjoy it from 106 block. You're gone, mate. Thank you. Yo. Won't be hearing from her again. And now we're busy. Paolo Rossi, Toto Scalacci. Scalacci was great. Oh, he's just tight. Has he? No. Oh, Baresi. Franco's just tight, hasn't he? Does it? Thanks, Johan. It's Daryl, by the way. He knows who you're at. I mentioned your name. He knows. Johan knows everyone. And Peter. Remember, Phil, the Bundesliga is 51% fan-owned, so it's double. Thing is, you see, so's Barca, you know, don't forget. Is it Dortmund that's owned by the fans? The old Dortmund. Excuse me a minute. Fucking hell. You fucking love me, don't you? Right. Do you know what I should have done? With the Veils Monday. Should have said, Veils, you've got me worried, mate. You've got me that worried that I'm going to take 6 boxes of them. 6 boxes of them. I can't go on anymore. Anyway, Toscana says Brazil versus Italy in 82 was won if not the best game I've ever watched. Not good for the old ticker, but we all celebrated with a glass or two of my dad's, in my dad's homemade. Yeah. 96 as well. Carnivale. Around Cirque Maximus. I wanted to be there. Couldn't go. I couldn't go. I wanted to be there. I missed a bit. And just like that, he's gone. He's a prick. We know who he is. You know who he is. He's been on before under assumed names. He just comes on and snide remarks. That's why I said ages ago, we fucking know you're there. And if you believe that he's got a fucking, I can prove it, you're okay. How are you going to prove it, soft ass? Johan Dazza, stop changing your name so often, Daryl. Up young Austin. And Stephen. Have respect for Frank, please. And stop chatting bubbles. Must be a West Ham supporter. Forever blowing fucking bubs. Mr. B. Vale guy is Bird's sister. Most fucking probably. He's fucking, I think that was the same fella. He used his names, Johan, I tell you. And do you remember when I said I've had a fucking enough of this and I finished? Not doing any more football things, with fucking ass. I'd never seen that on other AirPods. Ever. Does it to Johan. Johan, Austin is good. We celebrated my 40th just gone. Great. And Stevie. Frank, I don't care if the new investors put up ticket prices, put LFC on the stock exchange, put LFC into 1 billion debt as long as they build a new 100k plus stadium and win trophies every season. How are they going to do that? Where are they going to build it? You're not going to say Stanley Park because that's all fell through. So where are you going to build it, Stevie? Very surprised at you, mate. Where are they going to build 100k? And do you really think that 100k will go to the game? Be honest. No, I don't want a new stadium. I want what we've got. Anfield is Anfield. Suppose, you're right, Andy, do knock it down. And where are we going to build it? We can't build it in Stanley Park, so where are we going to build it? You can't build it on green now. So we can't go to Walton Park. There's no fucking way that we can go to Walton Park. Stanley Park, it's out of the question. Right next to Everton. So where are we going to build it? Are we going to build it on the edge of Kirby? And it can't be called Anfield anymore. You've got all these permutations. You can't do it. I don't want it done. I've seen games now with my grandkids. That's all that I wanted before I passed on. To know that I've been to Anfield with my grandkids. The lads are big now, but my granddaughter was just made up a couple of years ago. It fucking killed me getting there, by the way. And I was just made up. They're memories for my grandkids. I went to there. Because you imagine when they grow up and there's no fucking Anfield. There's a new stadium. I went to the first game ever with my granddad. Where did you go? Did you go to that? No, my granddad's well dead now. But I went to the old Anfield, the one we knocked down. What memories have they got? What memories of everyone? Little kids going, my granddaughter going 14. We brought her out when she was 12. First time. She'd been before with her mother. But with me, that's a memory for her. With my granddad. So, no, I want the stadium, and we can get the capacity of 75. That's it, ample. Anfield is Anfield. It really is. And the Kop will still remain the Kop that brought Liverpool to where we are today. Stay. Well, Frank, good podcast. You have every time. Not sure why someone would want to spoil it. Knobs. It's the same fucking fella who's been doing it all the time. And as I said, I found out, Phil. Just found out who he was. That's why I blew up. I said, I fucking know you there. As soon as he says I'm in row 20 and seat number, because he did it, and he must have forgot that he'd done it to me. And that's how I knew. Johan knew. I know Johan will tell me, you're right there, it was this fella. The same fucking fella who's been coming on using different names all the time. And my mate used to bangers and mash. Now show us your. So is that funny, bangers and mash? Oh, okay. Mine's by the sink, pouring out. So I'll be having it later on. It's lovely, you know. The sausages are brilliant, you know, the gravy, the onion gravy, and the little mashed potato. And Cedric, thanks, Johan. If people can't respect Frank and how much effort he puts into the podcast and streams, even though he's sick, all they need to do is go to another stream if they don't like it. It's as simple as that. But it's the same fella, Cedric, honest to God, it's the same fella, mate. I don't know who he is. Get me grandson, he's a cage fighter. Fucking kill him. Toscana. My brother got so drunk watching the 82 final, we had to get the doctor out. He had to stay off school for a week. School. Bit embarrassing, my dad's worked at the same. So you can't make these things up. Can you make these things up? Says Tosca. It's all the red stuff he'd been drinking. All the Rosso Vino. Areola will come good, says Mr. B. First lap of Toscana. Stephen says, Emery is Count Dracula. And Mr. B said, I bet he's still in a job, and Alonso, I can't get over Xabi, you know. Getting insulin. What's that all about? And what's his name? The ex Man United player who's been around the thing since Man United got shut of him. He's been around the circuit. Welbeck, is it? Why? I know someone mentioned about experience, but come on. And Stevie says, Frank, you could bring in the best managers in the world to replace Slot. They would fail under cheap broke transfer kitty of 60 million net every. You're right, Stevie. You're right, mate. But Stevie, honest to God, lad, I know my politics. I know my economics. And I know how they work. And I know this Bezos fella. And I don't want him near my club. I don't want these fucking here. Because who they're associated with. And who they support. And I don't want to get myself banned. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Someone agrees with me. Not him. Not fucking him. The Dutch cheese fella. Excuse me. And Johan says, Tassie, belated happy birthday, Darryl. Sorry, missed it. Hope you had a nice day. He did. And you'd never, ever, ever, ever in a million years guess where Johan is. No one in a million years would guess. We chatted last night or the night before. And he said, I'm getting there now, and at this very famous place. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. I'll let him tell you where he's off to. He might be there now. I don't know. I haven't asked him. Salah individual brilliance and Diaz as his wing won us the title, says Stevie. Yes. Yes. Love your observation, Frank. Mo Salah won us the league. Yes. And the way we treated Mo last season. The way we treated him. He was outcast. He was outcasted by our fans. Even by fucking, and that's why I know one lad, personally. He's got a podcast, won't say who it is. And I just said, he said, he shouldn't have said that. Do you know when he brought it out? Just before the Brentford game, Mo called fucking the Dutch prick out. He shouldn't have said that. Because they're affiliated, you see. They're getting fucking free shirts. Yeah, I'll wear that one. Fuck off. Very surprised at him. And I told him in no uncertain terms. I never swore or anything. I just made a comment and put tut about Mo and what you said. I found Mrs. Beads, the Rosemary's Beads. Oh, you're fucking nuts. Does she have a baby at the time? Rosemary. Franco, it's just Wally's got nothing better to do, says the lovely Bella. Thank you, Bella. I'm mellowed, you see, as well. I'm a mellowed person. Agreed, but thanks again, says Cedric. No, anytime, Mr. Hollywood, see. See how Cedric is well known. I wanted to ask Cedric, but he won't never answer me. There's, Jennifer Aniston. He's going to act with her. I said, we met her up. I said, what's Jennifer like? I said, and he said, hang on a minute, Frank, I can't say too much, can I? I was only with her 5 days. Talking over parts and that, so, and I really can't say about the project, so can you leave it out? I said, okay. I said, Mr. Hollywood, there it is. There's the proof by Johan. And Peter says, not sure the Barcola deal is finalised, just personal terms. But that's personal terms has been done about 5 weeks ago. I hope you realise that, people. 5 weeks ago, that was personal terms agreed. Because that Anfield Index couldn't wait to say, it's been agreed, it's been agreed. Keeps going on about it. This is the same fucking arsehole who was going on about Diamandi every day. 5 days, 5 times a day. Diamandi. And with that bit back over, same. Diamandi's fucking deal was done as well. And Peter says, my brother has a season ticket in 89. And he was on. What are you like? What are you? You can't make these things. Yes. Oh, dear. You're not going to believe this. I actually had to give English lessons to YTSs to get into YTS. Because the YTSs, most of them just left school to run away, you know what I mean? He was just running around wild at the age of 15 and 16. I'm not saying nothing about your brother, honestly, because there was people who really needed work, and he went to the YTS just to work and get season tickets for Liverpool. Oh, lovely, Myra. Oh, yeah, just let me read this, Myra. Barcola, I'll believe it when I see him holding the shirt at Anfield. Yes, Bo said that. Just like the new lad. Just like the new lad. Hi, everyone, and Frank says the lovely Myra. Hiya, Myra. Made up to see you. Really delighted. You'll be back in the stadium soon, mate, says Mr. B. I hope so, I really do. I might get hold of that Bale fella and say, have you got any tickets for the Caribou Cup? Fancy that happening. And Phil said, Frank, just thinking about Jeff, first names, yeah. Now, he might have good plans. He didn't do too bad from selling books online to creating the global superpower, Amazon. That's a pretty good CV, yeah. I've got it. I've got it. Oh yeah. I had I had it here somewhere. Don't know whether it's still here. Let's see. Yeah, it's here. And the unfortunate thing for me, someone mentioned COVID before and the lockdown. It really destroyed me. I had to cast everything. The director. And the theatre said, can you give us another week? It's been overwhelming. It's overwhelming, you know, they want tickets. I said, yeah, see you in another week. That was for me play. Can you see that? And once COVID came, script, full script, though. Full script. And I couldn't get us on. And I was talking to a cast member, and he said, he read the script and he went, he said, this will be sold to television and it'll become a series, this. He said, that's brilliant. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. And another fella said, that'll be a film, though. That'll be a good film, though. Especially the title. And, but with COVID, Boris Johnson fucked everything up for me. Jeff Bezos, yes, I understand that, Phil. And Barcola agreed personal terms a while back, but means nothing if the clubs can't agree a price, says lovely Toscana. Exactly, about 5 weeks ago. Lovely Myra. Hi, Johan. And Johan, hi, Myra. Mr. B. I've drilled it into these. Oh, brilliant. Best quote ever. I've drilled it into these players time and time again that they are privileged to play for you. And if they didn't know, didn't believe me, they believe me now. That was brilliant. I was there. I was in the crowd. It was like, I'm not being funny when I say this, you know. It was like Jesus preaching to the people. Just have a look at the footage and you just see the crowd looking up. And you see the players just standing there. Great man, Shanks. 3 great jocks, Mr. B. They were the Shanks, Busby, and Jockstein. Dominated football. The amount of time you are letting people out in your row, is hang on. The amount of is that row? The amount of people, the amount of time you are letting people out in your row is ridiculous. Yeah, I know. But I was waiting for someone to block out, which he did. Johan. He just said, you've gone, you prick. Gone. And Toscana, where's the likes of Tickets Master? Where's the likes of Ticketmaster get the tickets from? I asked the club, but never got an answer. I forget a player, you know. I don't mean for Liverpool. And it was a cuff one. I forget who it was. And he had, I think, 30 tickets or something. And he sold them at astronomical prices. I think he got heavily fined. I don't know whether he was sacked by the club as well. I forget who it was. And now Anfield is an institution. Yes. Great answer there. Amira. Johan Amira. Sorry about the expletives. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Johan. Yeah, we're all sorry. But it has to be said. Einstein said it. George Bernard Shaw said to emphasize a point. He never said the F word. Like he said, expletives have to be used. If anyone, Einstein, come on. And George Bernard Shaw, to emphasize a point. They both had said more or less the same comment. To prove a point, expletives must be used. Great house, aren't we? And Stephen Cochran, nothing done on the signing of Barcola just yet. Has nothing been agreed as it's dragging on. Everything drags on with us. You need binoculars in that new Annie Road extension. Says Peter. First time I'm going back years ago when Jamie Redknapp was playing. And anyway, I was right up at the top, and I was calling this fella forever, and this player, I'm saying Jamie Redknapp, you know. I said, what's he doing? Is he drunk, you know, and all mad things like that. And it wasn't him, it was what's his fucking name? I can see him now. He has an Italian name, and he was only a young player. Oh, what's his name? Came to me then. And this fella turned around and said, that's not Jamie Redknapp, it's this lad. It didn't half look like him, you know, from a distance. Like, I was calling Jamie. It was him. Oh, what's his name? Oh, I can see him there now. Crap, mate. Losing it. Oh, Christopher, like Frank and everyone up the Reds. Oh, thank you, Christopher. Thank you, mate. You're a good man. You really are. And Steve says, Mbappe to the LFC for 40 million and Barcola to Arsenal for 100 million plus. That's cheap broker. Go away. So we're not getting there, but I wonder what the Anfield Index Dive will say. Hello, Dive. Lovely Mary. Do understand about all the swearing, that is. FSG out now, says Stephen Coughlin. Yes. Stevie, Frank, 75k capacity is nothing compared to what our rival is about to build in Manchester, 120k. But, you know, look, who's got more, no disrespect to your man there, but we have more history at Anfield. We do. And they, you know, they'll just move out to somewhere, you know, along the line to in Manchester from Old Trafford. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But for Man United to, you know, have a 120k stadium, They have to fill it every week. And they have to get back on the right tracks. Okay, they finished in the Champions League. But that's about it. They won it. Didn't they win the Carabao Cup or something? A year or so ago. And it's things like that. They've done nothing. But they will have to fill it. I'm not saying they won't. This Man City can't fill this. And Johan, our Newcastle lad, Davey, might on a flight to South Africa to see you soon, Myra. See? He said that to me. And Steve, I know you have, mate. I know, Steve. Same as me. I didn't want them in the first place. I really didn't. And people who know me would say that. Mr. B, FSC. Little Lindsay Ellis said it ages ago. There's FSC out. And Bella. Shankly, brilliant, built Liverpool and its fans to this day remain strong and powerful. That is why Liverpool Football Club and the 97 whose lives were taken will never walk alone. So it's that beautiful lady. Those 97 who died against Steve, you know, they went to Anfield. They stood on the terraces or sat in the stands watching Liverpool, and all that will be gone. FSG are a gang of mince bags, period. 60. And Mr. B, that guy is a mushroom. Amira says, tell Davey to come to Timisoara, Romania. So she's not from South Africa. She's from Romania. I'd love to talk to her about Georgescu. He wanted to change from what Romania are doing now about Ukraine and corruption. Got him. Corruption. What a clown. Thank God he's gone, says Stephen. And Myra, Tamara, are you with our Ali? No wonder he hasn't been on. Oh, no, there's the thing. Ali's great. Ali's great. Our friend all the way from Romania. And our lovely Myra. And Phil says, Frank Davey on his flight to South Africa. Remember, he's going to South Africa for nothing. He's on his way there now. Remember Twiggy and the royal family used the picture of Vernon Kay when he was on Zeb Blind Date. Twiggy. Remember that? Oh, do you know, Ricky, when Jeffrey Davis died? He's not half upset, Ricky Tommel. He's his mate. And remember them doing scraping the wall, decorating. And she died, didn't she? He used to write it. Shame, though. He's probably a window licker, Stephen. We had the famous Copites, absolutely. Anfield is iconic. Expands it, but it has to stay. Says the lovely Toscana, absolutely. Has to. And Mr. B. Frank, remember Lockstock? Well, Jay, he was my mate. And he was going to director. Got a poster there. And he was the director. And he was going to star in it. Me play. That player just shows you the reflection of Dickens. And unfortunately, he died. But Lockstock, brilliant. Brilliant. And Jake was in there. Well said, Cedric. Toscana. 97. Mr. B, thank you. You'll never walk alone. But winds and down, no army, boys and girls. And Steve says, you can't kid a kidder, period. No, you cannot. And Stevie says to Tosca, if the present stadium can be developed into a 100k plus stadium, I say do it. I saw an LFC podcast that said for a 100k stadium to happen, Anfield needs pulling down. It'll never, I'm being honest with you, Stevie, it'll never be pulled down, mate. There'll be too many, they just say, fuck that now. It's like going to a new shiny ground, and we don't want that, do we? Let's be honest, we've got Anfield. It's like a shiny new ground. And Mr. B, you never swear, Frankie. No, I don't. It's all these on here, as you know. It's all these on here. And I have to swear. And then says, IRN, even if Frank in chat, some great shouts here tonight. Enjoyed listening. Thanks again, Frank. Thank you, Thank you, Ed. See, En's just being sneaky. He's like MI6, you know. You know, he just sits there listening, observing. And, let's see who's the baddies here. But he found no baddies. Only us. Only us, the goodies. And have you ever been to Positano on the Amalfi? Costa Amalfi Sea? Alto Tempo. Yeah, loads of times. I seen a lady, it was strange actually. And I seen her at Sainsbury's and she went, you're Frank, aren't you? And I said, yeah, boy. Yeah. She said, you go to Italy, a Virgin on your podcast. I said, oh, go away. She said, I'm a Virgin on the radio saying that you go to Italy. She said, have you ever been to Positano? I said, yeah, loads of times. Why? And she said, I lived there. I said, oh, go away. And she invited me over to her house because I was going to Sorrento. And I went to see her. And Positano, if you've been in, you see the church, the big dome. And she just lives above that. You'll see it if you're ever streaming and it's looking up. And you know the top of the road, there's a main road. There's a red brick, big long red brick building. She's got an apartment there. Believe it. That's where she lived. Sitting out, having a cup of tea. I said, she said, come on, let's go for lunch. So we went for lunch with her and a mate. And that's when I could walk, by the way. And the mate said, I've got a place on a let. flats out. I said, do you? She said, when are you coming again? I said, a couple of years. I said, I go north next year. So she said, do you want to stay? She said, no problem. If you want to come, it won't cost you much. All I'll charge is for the utilities, like your light and your gas and whatever. I said, yeah, never ever went though. I think she took a shine to me over lunch. And Stevie says, teams are signing 8 or 9 plus players and having no problems doing this. And FSG have just signed 1 player and a loan. What the and a loan? Since the June the 1st, 2026, we are in trouble with this squad. Yeah. We are in, but frightening how we ain't grabbing some top. I said it before, didn't I? I said it to that Tibby before when he says, you're moaning and everything else. And I said, I only want the best for Liverpool. And I gave him the analogy of going to a party late and you were hungry and you asked where the food was and you went in, but it was all the food was eaten. And the only things that was there was the leftovers. So you're eating the leftovers. That's what we're like. It's fucking leftover time for their players. The leftovers. Because no one wants them. I mean, if they say Arsenal came in for that Barcola. I've never fucking noticed that, officially. And he said, I only want Liverpool. Do you believe anything like that? I don't. And as Toscana said, the only time I'll ever... good show, Frankie and chat. It's past my bedtime. Knackered. Phil, good night, mate. Have a good sleep. And, it's just different fucking things. Welcome to Liverpool, Ibrahim Mabai, 40 million, says me. Has he signed? Because I was looking at a fella named Grizzy Khan, is it? And I'm going back 2 weeks ago, and he's on his pod, he went, welcome to Liverpool, Barcola. And I thought, and I went, I've never fucking heard him signing. And that was 2 weeks ago, and he was fucking coming out on a podcast. And it's only for clickbait. Areola work is underway. And Stephen says 40 million for a bench warmer. That can't get in the PST. It's scandalous. It's like Barcola. He's, 6th? I don't know. Areola can build, says Stevie. A great team if you give him the players he needs, not expect him to turn a Ford into a Ferrari. Good analogy, that. And Cal. There he is, the Scouse Al Pacino. Love you, Frank. Thank you. A friend of mine, his sister, she's no longer with us. She said to me one night, she said, Frank, I said, what? She said, can I have a word with you? I said, what? And she said, you don't know, I have black hair then, by the way. She said, you don't have to remind me of Al Pacino. He's my favourite actor. I said, oh, that's nice. You're the second person ever to say that. I love Pacino as well. Thank you for that. And Mr. B, young man will be a decent addition. Has he actually signed though? I signed paperwork for a Ferrari. I just didn't pick it up. what are you like? Stevie, to Mr. B. If my Bay deal is agreed, that means Munoz and Gapco are Areola wingmen with Mbappe, Rio as backups. We are fucked. That's what Stevie said. No matter who we're buying. And begin Scotland. Big in Scotland, not begin. Beg your pardon. Hello, begin. Hello from Scotland, Frank. Hello from Liverpool. The lands of, this land I'm talking about. The lands of freedom. The lands of some idiots, like, but they're mostly are brilliant. Thank you, begin. My friend got me a ticket from Jamie Carragher's Foundation, free of charge, says Toscana. Oh, go away. Oh, lovely Myra's leaving us. Later, Frank and Fred, she's gone off to see Ali now in Romania. No wonder he hasn't been on tonight because he's always on. And Peter to Myra, later, FSG out. And miss our famous club is always success. Yeah, always. That's a great shout, that, because it's always, we've always had a Scottish lad in. Always. And a Scouser. Am I right or am I wrong? And there's loads of people who are wanting Jones out. Jones is a very good footballer. He's a Scouser. And he was getting played out of, he was even getting played out of position under Areola over there. And who caused all that Ferrari? Do you know what? I've had a deja vu, you know. Just had a deja vu then. Anyway, who caused all that Ferrari, not Ferrari, that goes. Ferrari is when you're fighting. As Szoboszlai, when he passed the armband, captain armband, to Costas, and just left the most senior player and a Scouser on the pitch. Just bypassed him and give it to him. He caused all that. Should never have done that. Szoboszlai. But you're right there, Mr. B, Scotsman. Frank, man shit. I've one man and his dog every home, and they will announce at half time in home games as a full, yeah, I know, full capacity, sell out. I know that, I know people who are actually, you know, from Manchester, and they all kids, school kids, you know, I'm talking about sixth formers getting free tickets. And lovely Myra. Peter, oh, that's nice. City is the Chargers. Yeah. City is the Chargers. How's the Chargers getting on? Exactly, Mr. B. And Johan says, I'd rather keep Old Trafford instead of knocking it down to create a stadium for Beyonce to perform in. The pitch and the stands are sacred to us as well. We survived World War II. Can't lose it to Tiny Hat. That's who you're losing it to, I'm afraid. Just fix it. Fix the fucking roof. Oh, lovely, Myra. Frank, I'm South African, but visiting a friend. Oh, lovely. Lovely. I hope you have a great stay, Myra. I do. I really hope you have a great stay in Romania. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. In Romania, that is. because Ali comes from there. And Georgescu, the fella who was cheated out of an election by von der Leyen and the EU. Chelsea won't be far behind either. Nope, says Mr. P. And Franco, take care of yourself, says Bella Italia. Sleep well. Thank you. Mille grazie, Bella. Mille grazie. Thank you. Love our girls, you know. And Bella says, good night to all you Reds. That lovely. Says the lovely Bella. Good night, God bless, Frank, and fellow Reds. See you all on the next one. So peace out, love and unity, folks. You'll never walk alone. Great. Oh. Good night, Tom Franco and chat. It's been a great live as per. And Peter, cheerio, peeps. Power to the people. See that? Power to the people. That's us. Fuck the politicians, eh? And there's some shift you've done here, Frank. Hope everything goes all right for you next week with your up. Night, mate. Mille grazie. Thank you so much. Listen, people, thanks for keeping me company tonight. It's been wonderful. It really has. And let's hope Mbappe, I'm going to, whatever his fucking name is, I'm just going to see if this deal is done. I'm going to have me bangers and mash now. But you're all jealous, aren't you? Thank you so much. I love you all. And I hope to see you on Thursday. All right. I have sad news, as Stephen says, about Al Pacino. Zionist sympathiser. I was hurt by Sliced Alone. Never idolise your heroes. Yeah, I know. See, they're not like Mark Raffaello, are they? He comes out and says it as it is about the Chinese. And these fellas don't want to lose any fucking money, do they? Looks like. But that's for another time. That's for Friday stuff. Thanks very much, Johan, for saying that. I'm going to leave that up. Good night, everybody. See you Thursday. Ciao. Ciao, Bella.